That's good.
Yes, we've left a couple messages. Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
God bless. My first name is Sean.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Michele.
meet you. Thank you for calling this up.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon.
Thank you.
Hi, Brock.
Good evening.
Open the Gmail app.
Oh,
This is
that's
complicated.
very on.
She is. She's amazing.
Oh, sure, yeah, I can. Mm-hmm.
When you don't
Which one of my three laptops do I need today?
I know, right?
see all the time.
This one.
But your son don't
Probably need to buy the insurance policy for my Chromebook. It's taken some spills already.
Oh, two-factor authentication. Or you don't remember the log.
Might be.
Where's your dad?
He met my brother for dinner tonight.
Well, tell him I noticed he was
I know. I told him. I said everybody's gonna notice that you're not here, Dad.
Because I figured I was cooking for people.
Uh huh.
After he was around, I figured your dad will be here, but
Because I was telling him, I called him to see if he wanted to go to dinner tonight before the meeting, and then come for the charcuterie or the. He's like, I'm gonna go meet your brother for dinner. I said, oh, okay, we'll enjoy dinner. We're all trying to feed you tonight, Dad.
that's nice.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could pull the
Closer.
No, what the heck? I was
Yeah,
just
you could-
there.
yeah. You can just click on,
Are we all in now? Sorry, I'm like
I
slow.
think so.
click on the agendas and then you just want to not log in and see it. Is that what you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
And then just click,
Yep.
scroll down a little bit, so click on the meeting.
No, maybe scroll down. Yeah, I just had it there. I want to sign in and see if I can get it. Let's try that.
That's right. You guys all ready? Are you good? Yep, there you go. There, she, all the links are there. So.
He still does that?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brock, are you good?
Already.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday, May 20th, 2026 board meeting of the Geneva Area City School District. Call to order, please.
You want the roll call?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Cooper. Mr. Andrus.
Here.
Mrs. Krieg.
Here.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Here.
And Mr. Pierson.
Present.
Certification by the treasurer of compliance with meeting requirement rules. This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in the agenda. If you are able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance at this time. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I need a motion to waive the reading and approval of the minutes, please.
All motion?
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sorry. It's not coming up like I thought.
Okay. Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Motion carries. This time, we'd like to honor our retirees.
Okay.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Nice to see everyone. Thanks for being here. This is a really exciting board. I love all the board meetings, by the way, but this is a really exciting one because we're going to be honoring our staff, and we do that every meeting, but this is a real special one because all the nominees, first of all, we're going to talk about the retirees who have the service that they have given to Geneva is just unbelievable, and you'll hear all the years that they put in here. But then our staff have been nominated by their peers to be recognized. And I think that's probably some of the greatest awards you can get is when your peers recognize you. And I'm just really excited to do this tonight. I do want to thank Mariah Wilson. She's our food service director for doing the charcuterie board and all the snacks. So I want to thank her. She did tell me that was one of her things, and it really was. It was just an amazing job. So thank you, Mariah. All right, we're going to get to our retirees, and when I call your name, I'm going to let them know where you work and how many years of service you have here in Geneva Schools. If you can please come up and get your certificate, and then we'll stay up here. We'll take a picture at the end, all right? So our first retiree, Marcia Adams, Geneva Middle School math teacher, 30 years of service in Geneva Schools. Congratulations. Lori Fazio, high school English teacher, 10 years of service in Geneva Schools. Congratulations. Kathy Knuff, high school cafeteria manager, 30 years of service. Congratulations. John Kubik, school psychologist, 27 years of service in Geneva Schools. And he's unable to be with us today. Cindy Rogaski, Austinburg Pre-K Intervention Specialist, 28 years of service in Geneva. Congratulations. All right, Peggy Shupska, high school SNA, 24 years of service in Geneva Schools. Okay, then we have Chip Sorber, Geneva Middle School Social Studies teacher, 26 years of service in Geneva Schools. And then Scott Torok, middle school PE teacher, 30 years of service in Geneva Schools. Congratulations.
You gotta be quicker than that.
I guess I do. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think I gave you some of mine. You can have it. Oh, that's fine. I put it in alphabetical order. Thanks, Paul.
All right, he likes to bust my chops every board meeting here, but it's okay. He's my boss, and I'm good with that. All right, let's start with our district administrator finalist, and then we're going to let you know who the finalist is, the winner. No one knows this information. No one knows except, well, one person knows. I do. All right. Administrators, I'm going to tell you about the process, and then we're going to call each administrator up. If you guys can come up here, get your certificate on being a finalist, and then we'll take a picture. Then you'll all sit down, and then we'll bring up the final person, okay? So administrators were nominated and selected by their peers. The finalists were then voted on by the entire district staff. Here are the district finalists for Administrator of the Year. When you hear your name, please come up and accept your award and stay for the picture. So I'll say your name and I'll do a whole big blurb on you, but you come on up and then we'll clap at the end, okay? So the first person is Corinne Ball from Austinburg Elementary. She's in her first year as administrator. Come on up. And has done an outstanding job. Although she has been in the district for over 25 years, this role was new for her and she has embraced it with confidence and professionalism. Her attention to detail, strong communication skills, passion for students, and genuine commitment to making students, staff, and families feel welcome are true gifts to our school community. She analyzes and uses data superbly, and her ability to thoughtfully and effectively solve day-to-day challenges is both impressive and refreshing. Corinne's leadership has made a meaningful impact at Austin Elementary, and she is truly deserving of this recognition. So congratulations. All right, Dr. Crystal Brisky, Interim Director of Student Services, stands out as an exceptional candidate for Administrator of the Year because of her unwavering commitment to students, staff, and the broader Geneva community. As Interim Director of Student Services, she consistently demonstrates strong leadership, grounded in empathy, accountability, and a deep understanding of student needs. She is known for tackling challenges with calm professionalism, build collaboration, relationships across departments, and ensuring that every decision centers on student success and well-being. So congratulations. And Jared Bergard, our building systems manager, consistently leads by example, always willing to help in any area that he is able. He's knowledgeable of the district as well as the history of Geneva schools. It's really unparalleled. He always puts students first and does what is best for the district. Jared is a true asset to Geneva schools, and that's the truth. Congratulations, Jared. All right, Amy Berzinko, she's our GPS principal, has done a great job motivating student achievement at GPS. She is deeply committed to helping students and has a strong passion for curriculum and instruction. Her leadership and dedication has helped GPS become, this is true, ranked second school in the Ashtabula area out of more than 30 schools. I don't know if a lot of you realize that. Under her leadership, she also received the Momentum Award for academic improvement during this school year. Outstanding job. Thank you, Amy. All right, Mariah Wilson, our Director of Food Service, began this year with a lot on her plate. Even though she had no experience working in a school system, she quickly took over and made positive changes for her staff and, more importantly, the students she serves. She introduced fresh ingredients to our menu. She partnered with Pizza Hut and Domino's to provide our students with pizza choices on Wednesday, and I hear they love that. She has revamped many of the food offerings to the students. Mariah makes a point to visit each school during breakfast and lunch services, and students see her often, and they know she cares about her work. So thank you, Mariah. Gonna wait till they sit down. All right, here it is. The district winner will now be called. So once you hear your name, please come up and get your award. You'll be receiving a Chromebook donated by STS Education. Appreciation, I have an award for you, and your name will be displayed on a plaque at the Board of Education office. Okay, you ready?
I don't know.
This is so exciting.
I think he's messing.
All right, here it is. The name of the winner. I can't read that. No, I can. It is Jared Burgard. Come on up, Jared. Michele. Come on up again, Michele.
Thank you, thank you. I'm very humbled by this honor. I'm glad my folks were here to see this, and my wife and my daughter. Thanks.
I didn't mess it up this time.
I know. Well done. Here we go. All right, now you know how it's going to go. Here we go with the OPSIes. You ready? Okay, for all our OPSI members, these are building winners, and they were nominated and selected by their peers. They were voted on by the entire staff. And here are the district finalists for OPSI Member of the Year. When you hear your name, please come up, accept your award, and stay for a picture. Christy Blood, Austinburg SNA, is recognized for her unwavering commitment to our students and the school community. Every day she demonstrates what it truly means to put students first. Her compassion, dedication, and generosity ensures that every child she encounters feels valued, supported, and cared for. Chrissy consistently goes above and beyond the expectation of her role with a servant's heart and an unwavering sense of responsibility of the well-being of our students. She makes certain their needs are met both inside and outside the classroom. She understands that students cannot succeed academically unless their basic needs are met, and she takes it upon herself to help fill those gaps. So congratulations, Christy. All right, Marie Desmaris, middle school secretary, is consistently on the move in the office, making sure everything is running efficiently and that everyone is where they need to be. She does an outstanding job keeping the office organized and student-focused, even during the busiest of times of her day. Her attention to detail and ability to multitask help create a smooth and positive environment for both staff and family. Congratulations, Marie. Terry Grimmett, court custodian, is on top of the building needs before even the rest of us notice. She is always ready to take care of the building issues before they become a larger problem. Terry has built relationships with our students so they know she is there to listen to their celebrations and provides a shoulder to lean on when things don't go as planned. Terry is consistently looking to make sure the playground is safe and that our walkways are cleared. Terry does much more than just take care of the building. She takes daily stress off the principal because Terry's presence and supports creates a check and balance system, creating a safe net to ensure mistakes are not made. Terry's work ethic and dedication to the staff and the students at Cork is why she is nominated for one of the members of the year. And a little birdie told me that you got a snake today or something? I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
She caught a snake. Who would want to do that? Well, she does it all, so Terry, thank you so much. So Eileen Lubking could not be with us. She's not feeling well, but she's our housekeeper, and I want to mention her. This woman has had a fair share of struggles, yet works through it and stays positive. She isn't even afraid of she's not afraid of hard work or extra responsibility. Eileen brings a level of enthusiasm in the building that makes the high school a better place on a daily basis. Her cheery attitude, along with her can-do spirit, is inspiring. It's nice to have such a hardworking, student-caring, self-supportive OPSI member at the high school. So I know you're at home, Eileen, but congratulations. All right, we have Brittany Savage, EA, Library and Playground. She consistently puts students first in everything she does. She goes above and beyond to make the library a welcoming, safe, and inclusive space where all students feel comfortable and valued. Brittany works hard to meet the individual needs and interests of our students and thoughtfully selecting and providing appropriate books that engage and inspire them. In addition to her daily dedication, she organizes events such as book fair and clothing drives, always looking for ways to support our students and their families beyond the classroom. Commitment, her compassion, and tireless effort make a lasting impact on the school community, and she truly deserves this recognition. Congratulations, Brittany. And Joe Toth at the Bus Garage Transportation comes to work in a good mood every single day and is willing to help all that is around him. He goes out of his way to help others and helps make the routes go smoothly by offering to sub whenever he is needed. You can tell he loves his job and the people he works with and the students of Geneva. Congratulations, Joe. All right, so we need to know who the winner is, don't we? So once you hear your name, please come up for your award. You will also be receiving a Chromebook donated by STS Education. You will get another award, appreciation award, and your name will be displayed on a plaque at the Board of Education. It's right in here. Okay. And our winner for the OPSI Member of the Year, Terry Grimmett.
No one is surprised.
No, they don't. Thank you. I really do love my job, and this is a great community to work with and for.
Thank you.
Oh, we gotta get a picture of you. Yeah, come on.
Don't trip.
All right, so our final award tonight is our GATA Member of the Year. These were nominated and selected by their peers as building winners. When you hear your name, and then was voted on by the entire staff, when you hear your name, please come on up, stay up for a picture. So Nicole Bobish, GPS Intervention Specialist, is deeply dedicated to both students and the school community. Nicole consistently puts students first, creating a welcoming classroom environment where our students feel supported, challenged, and encouraged to grow. She collects and analyzes student data to adapt instruction to meet individual needs and helps our learners make steady academic progress. In addition to her classroom impact, Nicole is a dependable and positive presence within the building. She actively collaborates with colleagues, contributes to school-wide effort, and builds strong relationships with families. Nicole represents the very best of our profession and plays a vital role in strengthening our school community. Congratulations, Nicole. Alice Colucci, middle school social studies teacher. She's actually on the 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C., so she couldn't be here. But I want to talk about her. She consistently goes above and beyond to support the students of Geneva Middle School. She's dedicated to ensuring students feel cared for, supported, successful each day. Alice brings compassion, patience, and positive to her work, always willing to step in whenever needed to help both students and staff. So I know she's in Washington, but congratulations, Alice. And we have Kim DeBacker, high school guidance counselor, consistently demonstrates dedication and a strong commitment to supporting both colleagues and students. She is always willing to go beyond her regular responsibilities to ensure that the needs of others are met and that the school community remains positive and supportive. Kim is dependable, hardworking, and always willing to lend a helping hand whenever needed. She's approachable. She approaches her work with professionalism, kindness, and a positive attitude that makes a difference for both students and staff each day. Her ability to balance multiple responsibilities while maintaining a student-centered focus is greatly appreciated by those around her. Congratulations, Kim. All right, we have Helene Moore, Austenberg Intervention Specialist, is a dedicated and selfless educator who consistently goes above what she can for her students. As an intervention specialist, she manages an enormous caseload while balancing the individual needs and goals of so many students throughout the year. She works tirelessly to coordinate schedules and grade level teachers, ensuring students receive all of their required services minutes each day, and provides meaningful support to every child she serves. Congratulations. And finally, Brianna Ribera. She is our guidance counselor at Cork and Austenberg. The care and dedication that I witness every time Brianna is in the building stands out. Brianna will do anything asked of her and steps in to help even when it's out of the realm of her job responsibilities. She helps with students drop off to make sure every student is welcomed and reassured that it will be a good day for them. She's a vital part of creating a culture at Cork in which students are heard and are made to feel like they are the most important person around. Congratulations, Brianna. Okay, so we're going to find out the winner of our last award. Once you hear your name, come on up. You'll receive a Chromebook donated by STS Education. You'll get an award, and your name will be displayed at the board office. I forgot. I don't even know who this is. All right, and the winner of the GATA Team Member of the Year is Kimberly DeBacker.
Don't hit the kids.
Don't.
Congratulations. So well.
Thank you.
So
Why don't
deserved.
you do a speech and then we'll take a picture?
Speech.
You know, this
speech,
is exactly
speech.
what I don't like to do, those of you who know me. But truly, this is very humbling. I have worked here for 35 years now, since he was born.
Hey,
except for your
whoa.
mom when you were born. Anyway, I have been blessed to work with a wonderful, wonderful staff throughout the years. So thank you. I've enjoyed my time here at Geneva.
All right, that's our awards, and I do want to say everyone is just so worthy in this room, so I really want to thank all of you. Please be proud. You were voted on by your peers, and thank you so much for everything you do for Geneva schools, students, and families. So thank you again, and at this time, we're going to go ahead with the meeting. If you wanted to leave, get some more charcuterie board, or you can leave, feel free to do so, but thank you for being here.
You got stuff to do.
I always know when we're about to talk about steel trusses because I see you here.
It's coming.
Luckily, nothing to do with the two 8-inch sewage pipes that go out to 84,
Listen, it doesn't,
of which we do have.
it doesn't take, it doesn't 10 minutes. All right, at this point in the meeting is the time for public comment. If you would like to address the board, you can make your way to the microphone here at the front of the auditorium. Please state your name, your address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sean Shannon. I live at 701 State Road in Geneva, Ohio. Graduate of Geneva High School in 1982, along close to your mother. I think she was in 81. Those that don't know me, I have the store that's in Austinburg. I'm a former teacher, veteran. And each year we do a kids' nickel day for the kids on the first day of the vacation. As a former teacher, we did that instead of doing a scholarship for my mother. We decided to do a kids' day so all the kids could participate. And this year, because it is the 250th year of the United States of America, I don't know how many people that are in the room remember in 1976 when they built the flag at the Geneva Elementary. Does anybody remember that in the bicentennial year? They made a flag that was 35 feet high and I think almost 90 feet wide. And all the students and the staff worked on that, and they dedicated it for the bicentennial. So here we are now, 250 years. We wanted to do something that we could connect that and get our kids active with what they're doing in this celebration. So we have what's called Project Postcard. I have some of the paperwork. I'll leave it in the back. But we are going to build the biggest postcard ever made in the world. And I've talked to some of the principals who are here and some of the teachers. We've been working on this for a few weeks now. But we're hoping to have this somewhere around 20 feet high and 120 feet wide. It's going to be a massive project. All the kids in the schools are making a poster tied in with Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places We Will Go. And we're going to put them all together and make a beautiful collage. It will be at the Kids' Day, the first Friday in June in Austinburg. I will leave the information there. And as families, if you would like to do a poster for your family, your business, your community, you're more than welcome. We have the students, and we're putting them all together. Hope to receive a lot of people that would like to come. And I challenge people to enjoy the moments with your family. My granddaughter is 10 years old, and she said, Ampa, in the last 2 months, I've learned more about you than I've ever known about you in the 10 years that I've been living. So that was very fun for me in that particular thing. But I would invite anybody that would like to participate. I thank the board for the opportunity to come out tonight. The superintendent has been very helpful with me in what we're trying to do. Again, God bless. I want to congratulate everybody that won awards and were elected. And I want to say a note on Miss DeBacher back there. Her mom and dad taught here when I was a kid many years ago. That family's got 60 years in this district, and that's something to be damn proud of. So God bless, Kim. I wanted to say that.
Real quick, if anyone wants to see the flag Mr. Shannon's talking about, there is a page called Geneva High School Alumni, run by Mr. Dopp Jr. And Mr. Dopp has all of the centennial photos, or sorry, the 150th photos, and I think they even have the 100th going back to when it was the unified Harpersfield district, back before a lot of the schools were there. So it's pretty cool to see that.
Okay, anyone else? All right, time for the report of the superintendent.
Okay, we're going to start with 8.1. This is the final reading of board policy. Oh, this is the first, yeah, I can't even read here, sorry. This is the first reading of board policy 5421. This is the weight chart for grading. If you open that up, you'll see what our grading policy is. So this is a first reading, so no action needs to be taken. If you have any questions, I can take those now. You can email those to me, and we will bring this back during the June meeting for final adoption. Okay, we're going to go on to 8.2. This is a final adoption of policy 7530.03, cellular telephone allowance. You'll see that there's one edit that you will see that's different, is we actually put in the people that are eligible for this, which is superintendent, treasurer, all of our administrators, as well as our athletic director. We feel all of them are on the phone, on their phone quite often. We're always communicating. So this would be an adoption to allow a cell phone allowance starting next year for all our administrators and our athletic director.
Okay, before we discuss any further, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any other questions about this policy?
No questions, but I'm glad to see it. Before this, that means that any staff or administrator would have to open up their phones to public records requests, which, if there was any pending legal action, is a nightmare for lawyers and law enforcement and the like. And this is just neater, tidier, and probably what every other district has been doing for a few decades now.
Correct.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Any other discussion or questions? Roll call.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
And Mrs. Krieg?
Yes. Motion carries.
All right, 8.3 is our curriculum adoption it's actually our math adoption. Jen Chauby's here. If you have any questions, you may recall last month we did do a presentation on our math. Desmos and Envision, this is a 5-year. So Jen, do you want to say anything more about this? Okay.
Can I get a motion first, please?
So moved.
I'll second.
Jen, is this the one that came in a little less than anticipated?
Yes, I think if, Shelley, correct me if I'm wrong, it was like half the price of what we thought it was going to be.
Correct.
Now, this does not include manipulatives.
That was going to be my next question.
However, we've put a survey out with the principals, and like Cork already got back, they have most of them. So I'm just waiting to hear back from Austinburg and GPS, and I don't think we'll have to buy many. I mean, maybe some, but it shouldn't be much. It won't be what we had anticipated it would be, so.
And this is going to be much leaner on the consumable side as well, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's about the same with the student workbooks and everything,
Okay.
but there's a lot of electronic
That's what I was
resources as well.
thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
excellent. Wonderful. Any other questions? Roll call.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yep.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, 8.4 is our student athletic policy handbook. We bring this forward. Well, I hear we bring this forward every year. This is the first year for me. But we made a couple changes in this athletic policy handbook. We wanted to get your approval tonight.
I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
A few items I wanted to point out that I noticed in here, the normal changes that you'll see throughout the year, obviously the school year changes. There are some changes within regarding final forms being added. One of the questions that I asked Dr. Lombardo about was the insurance. If you'll notice on page 5 of the athletic handbook, that's stricken through. I'll let Dr. Lombardo talk a little bit about that, but he explained to me why that was so, in case anybody else had a question about that. Go ahead, Dr. Lombardo.
Yeah, as Shelley and I looked through, we're always looking of our finances to see what we can do. When we first got here, we found that it costed us roughly about $10,000 a year. And for the last 9 or 10 years, we've never used it one time. So we do not have the insurance this year, and we're recommending not to have it next year, just based on the lack of use and the cost.
Thank you. Any other questions or conversation around that?
I like that now instead of taking a sailor's oath on promising to behave, it reflects the board policies. Thank you for that fix. And then the only other part I saw that was omitted is something to do with criminal convictions.
The disciplinary piece.
Yeah, which of course that would be that's not within the school's jurisdiction, so
Correct.
that's good to remove.
I'm also happy about the changes for the calamity days and snow days. That's been a hot button topic for a few years. For those that don't, we have a lot of cold weather days that don't necessarily reflect poor road conditions. It's simply the temperature. So that's going to give us some leeway in whether we have practices that can take place when there's just a temperature issue versus roads that are impassable. And that'll allow Dr. Lombardo to have conversations with Ms. Crossley and other athletic directors in the area and make those decisions based on games and practices and things of that nature, where before our hands were somewhat tied. High school principals, they can have those discussions and make, more appropriate decisions based on the region that we live in, where other areas that may not be a big deal here. It's a conversation that really needs to be had almost on the daily in January and February and March and sometimes April. So that was a change that I was happy to see as well. Any other questions, comments? All right, roll call.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
And Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now, this is a good one, 8.5, Geneva High School students to be approved for graduation, providing they meet the State of Ohio and Geneva Area City Schools diploma requirements.
Need a motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second. Conversation, discussion?
If there are any that we would just like to keep, can we do that?
I don't know. I think that's, I don't know, that Mark John and Cybulski girl, we might want to keep those two.
That's it, it's a wonderful senior class.
Maybe that Cafaro girl too. Is that who else is out there I can't see? Oh.
Excuses. It has been a great class, and I'm looking forward to
Absolutely.
celebrating them there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So what if we say no?
You're gonna make a lot of people unhappy, right, if you say no.
Weighted grades, no graduation.
All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
And Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, 8.6, this is a proposal for professional development. Jen, if you can come up and talk about this one. We have a STEM proposal for next year. We did add our STEM course to the elementaries, and I know Jen is extremely excited about this, so I'll let you take it.
Yeah, and this proposal also includes some Google training for our secretaries, so it's a two-part PD. So we have a new STEM class for the elementary schools. I think it's really important to introduce STEM early on, as young as possible. And we have a lot of equipment that we have just laying there and no one's utilizing it because they haven't been trained. So we did have one training last year with some teachers got trained. However, we have a new STEM teacher and she needs to be trained. And then also I want all the science teachers to go through this training as well. So that will be the one training. And the other one is the Google training for all of our secretaries. So that's on that proposal as well.
Excellent. Could I get a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
You don't have to get back up here, but these are the companies that make the kits for kids to use regarding the different aspects of STEM. I said you don't have to get back up here, and I lied.
So they're going to train, we have the VR glasses, we have the Ozobots, we have a couple other STEM technology that has been sitting there and it has not been used. So
Awesome.
this company will train on those things, and they do the Google training as well. They're kind of like a training company.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay. This is really exciting. Thank you.
This company has a really robust coding academy for kids where they teach them how to make simple games and other things that later develop into Python proficiency, which is huge.
Right, and I would like to expand our STEM offerings. We just got to get the funding, so I'll look for some grants this year to see if we can add to the equipment that we have, and then more training as well, so.
Thank you. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
And Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
All right, 8.7 is our START proposal for professional development. You may recall us talking about our professional development with our bus drivers. This is the company that came and did that. We got rave reviews from the bus drivers, and this is another proposal for them to come in at the start of the year to provide some additional training for our bus drivers. And it's in the form of a safety, security, and what to do during some of those unfortunate situations that may happen on the bus.
I need a motion, please.
So moved.
I'll second. Any discussion?
Is this on-site training, like on a PD day that we would already?
Yeah, so if you recall, last spring, we had the same company come out. They couldn't do the on-bus training because it was February.
Okay.
So this is the 2.0, where they're actually going to be on the buses with the bus drivers and do that actual role play situation on the bus, so that the bus drivers can be as prepared as possible if something happens.
Great.
So,
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, this is an 8-part program for less than $3,000. That's fantastic.
And I'm reading, is this a local company right out of Chagrin Falls? That's fantastic, wonderful. All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
And Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Okay, 8.8 is reject all bids for the high school trust repair project and declare urgent necessity and authorize negotiation of execution of agreement with JAK contracting for the high school trust. And once you do the motion, I'm going to have Ben come up and talk a little bit about this.
All right, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome back.
We had a bid opening on May 8th. I believe it was May 8th. It was a Friday. I fully expected 4 bidders to show up. One backed out literally about a week before because the summer schedule filled up. 2 days before the bid opening, another one called and told me that he had been awarded a project that he didn't think he was getting and he could not accommodate this additional work. I did not hear from, or the third one backed out because he said he had trouble explaining to his bonding company one of the requirements that were shoring requirements on the project. It's a technical thing, so he bowed out. Which is why we only had 1 bidder. But I did interview the bidder on the following Monday. He definitely knows the project. He understands the requirements, understands the district's needs, the engineering requirements. I'm confident they'll do a good job for us. And I'll be happy to answer any question anybody has.
Yeah, how many trusses were compromised?
I'm going to say about 125. Now, when we say compromise, there are some of these trusses had sometimes 2 or 3 web members that were twisted or bent or kinked, and they consider that a failure. Most of them, the vast majority of them, can just be repaired, which means the engineers designed a member that'll go right over the top of the bent or twisted web, and the right size material, the right gauge, right number of screws and placement, and you're good to go. It's restored to its original bearing capacity. 32 of these have to be replaced. They cannot be repaired. Those are far more complicated to do.
So are these one-piece trusses, or are they seamed in the middle, or how are they?
There are seams. These are very long. If you can imagine the truss going across both classrooms on a double-loaded corridor, the rear classroom's a corridor and the front classroom, that's all one big truss, but it's obviously made up of several members. So that top cord may be 3 separate cords that are all bound together, and there's a lot of engineering that goes into these.
So it's a fastener that failed then?
No, the fasteners did not fail, not at the high school. There's one other school where I think the fasteners popped out on one web where it's attached to the top cord. Here at this building, it was the webs themselves that, as that snow kind of crushed that, put all that weight on that truss, the top and bottom cords appear to be fine. They didn't find anything wrong. But the web members that you see generally in a truss, they either twisted or kinked or bent, and that's considered a failure. And it's not like wood. It does not rebound. Once it's bent, that's it. And that's a weak spot in that truss, so that if you get another serious snow event, it's just that much more strain on that particular truss.
And we think it was from the snow, not from the initial construction of the building?
There's
possibly.
very little question in my mind or the engineer's mind that this was a result of that snow a year and a half ago.
Now, Ben, do you want to, why don't we finish this, and then we're going to talk about some of the other buildings.
Any other questions regarding this? Very good, Steve.
Is insurance, is that who's covering this?
You want to talk a little bit more?
Well, we are still working with the insurance company. They actually, a third party of the insurance company of Highland will be out on Tuesday and Wednesday. I've contacted Mr. Ola to help walk through, and also Mr. Patadas also said he would, be willing to come out and meet with them. So, but they will visit all 5 buildings as long as they're out.
Because once we start opening up, the scope of work usually doubles in size.
He's done them all.
Well, these are not simple fixes. These are very, very complicated systems. For instance, the engineering that goes into the repair protocol for every truss, the entire truss has to be analyzed. The connections, the web members, the gauge, the shape, how all this interacts. Is a cord member in compression or tension? There is a lot that goes into this. And that's all really good information to have, because when you finally do meet with your insurance company and they start saying, well, are you sure it wasn't when they installed it, somebody kicked it over or whatever, or when it was in transit? But the engineering and the math is pretty compelling on these things.
But have they had an adjuster come out? Because usually there's a statute of limitations. We're already 2 years now into this.
Well, I don't want to speak for
So hopefully,
the treasurer, but if they're going to be out, I believe they're out Tuesday or Wednesday, yeah.
In that statute, usually, I'd still consult legal, but that would be from the discovery of harm, which I believe you've done the analysis on.
The original one, yes, that
Yeah.
was back last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was just after school was out, so it'll be 11 and a half months ago.
And what we're looking at is what, about $136,000
For the high school, that is
for
correct.
the high school, and then too, and this would be good for Mr. Andrus, if they are going to increase this bid by more than 20%, there's a statute that kicks in where they have to actually get approval publicly for that change order, and paying it and then continuing to put pressure on the insurance. I don't see a world in which they wouldn't do it, but we'll still have appealable events if they try to say it was damaged in transport.
Oh, I don't see how you.
And I don't see how they could make that claim, but to your point,
so
we should.
I've dealt a lot with light gauge trusses like we have at this school. And
All right.
they do twist quite often when you're lifting a strap from them and everything else. So it'd be interesting to see what the report comes back as.
So there was a study, very briefly, a study commissioned by the U.S. Air Force that was studying what happens to light gauge or cold form steel truss buildings, specifically the roof system, if there is a blast that occurs nearby. And it was done for them by the University of Minnesota, and their engineering department is considered the national expert on cold form roof trusses. And they built the trusses, and then they stressed them to failure. They put so much weight on these members that they caused the member to kink, more weight caused the next cord member to kink, and then finally took them to collapse. And if you look at the photographs of those repairs, it is exactly what you see that has happened in this county a year and a half ago. It is true that some of these can be damaged in transit, that a strap, if it's installed incorrectly or lifted incorrectly, or even if they do everything right, it's a big truss, it's heavy, it lifts, and that thing compresses. But the photographs we have of this high school, these trusses, and they're on my phone, and the photographs of that study done for the U.S. Air Force are almost identical. It's going to be difficult for an insurance company to honestly conclude that this was anything but a result of this snow event. Now, anything can happen. Who knows who they're going to send out, but I think we can convince them of what usually the simplest thing that explains the problem is usually the truth.
And if we fail to mitigate the risk now, then that's going to be their bottom line eventually. Potentially down the road, that claim gets bigger. So I don't see a world in
Yeah.
which they have a good standing to
Right.
kick back.
And you're not talking
Millions.
multi-millions here.
Right.
It's this building, which in my world, $136,000 is a lot of money. But you're not talking 1.3 million.
Right.
So,
Well, and let's not forget, we have our neighbor Lakeside, who is millions of dollars, and
54.
no workable space.
Right
Well,
now.
no space anymore,
Right.
but, yeah.
But yeah, that just it bothers me a little bit because I've never heard of just individual trusses failing like that. Usually you'll have a big area that will completely fail, not random individual trusses. But yeah, I'll look at seeing the report.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, roll call.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And we just want to talk a little bit, just real quick, we do have other buildings that we are looking at. So Ben, do you just want to just give a brief overview of those, and then we'll
Sure. I've been up in the attics of all the other buildings. There's some damage there as well. The engineers have been up there, and they have done their initial assessment. They've given us a report. I have asked them for a proposal to create the same set of bid documents and repair documents as they did for the high school. And we're going through that, and hopefully next week we'll be able to make a recommendation to both the treasurer and the superintendent so that they can, after they review it, they can pass it on to the board for your review and hopefully approval.
And just for the record, it's not an emergency situation, but something we want
No,
to take care of.
No, I don't think you're in any danger of your roofs collapsing. Everybody pray for no more 4 or 5 foot of snow, because then all bets are off. But as I said earlier, these are not wood where it'll bend, you'll put it under pressure, and then it'll rebound. Once these things kink or twist, the engineering world considers that a failure of the individual web member. And what happens because of that, that truss can no longer bear the load capacity it was designed to. So whatever that loses gets passed on to the 2 trusses on either side. So this one takes less load and the other 2 take more. So they're now being stressed, which is why you get this domino effect when it finally, if, and I'm not suggesting it'll happen here, but if you get a collapse, that's what happens. One goes and it's like a zipper because they cannot take that load. This is a roofing system. They all have to support each other, so to speak.
And just for the sake of being transparent with the community, we talked that amount of snow in excess of 48 inches. I mean, I think it was closer to 60, plus the 40 to 60 mile-an-hour winds. That put that load-bearing capacity of our roof far over what it was rated for.
Way over.
Yeah.
Your roofs were built to code at the time, and that is the code then, and it still is today, starts at 30 pounds per square foot ground snow load. And that drives all these formulas depending on the pitch of your roof, depending on if it ends up against a taller wall where you get drifting. There's all these formulas that go into it. 63 inches of snow, which is what Lakeside experienced, translates into over 90 pounds a square foot. So none of these buildings were designed for that load, none. When they start at 30, you always end up a little higher because engineers by nature are conservative. They need to be and careful. But nothing could have prepared it was just too much. And this wasn't light, fluffy snow.
Right.
So,
All right, thanks so much, Ben. I
You're very
appreciate you
welcome.
being here.
sure.
All right.
All right, we're going to go on to 8.9, approval elimination of positions due to reduction in force. Although as a district, financially, we are in decent shape, I know in the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to have to put on some sort of levy. We just don't know. So what I'm trying to do is eliminate positions each year. These positions were through attrition, so no one lost their job. Everyone does have a job for next year. We have no one on a RIF list. And you'll see these are the positions that we're able to reduce, still provide our students with all the classes and courses they need. And that's the list there.
All right, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
So were these determined by class size? So like the first grade teacher, the third grade teacher, is that because our class sizes were smaller, so we had the ability to?
Yes, so what I did is I looked at data from kindergarten the last 4 years, and then what I do is I take the first graders and then I move them to second grade, and we look to see how many sections we have in second grade. Some of the classes are larger, so when I move them to the next year, we may have to add a staff member, or we may have to take away a staff member. So these were because the classes have shrunk. We're averaging about like 17 to 21 in a classroom, which is about average. I don't like to get any more than 25 in elementary class. I know as an elementary teacher sitting next to me, you probably agree that 25 is a lot, but 25. So we're nowhere near that, and we're able to make some reductions. The science, the Spanish, as well as and the English, we had really small class sizes. This brings us to just an average class size for those.
And we're not losing any offerings, like, we'll still have Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're still going to have, and Mr. King is here, but yes, we're still going to have the same Spanish
Okay.
classes, yes.
Any other questions? All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
All right, 8.10. You may not have seen this, but this has been done in many, many districts. This is a why don't you guys go? I always make the conversation
Sorry.
before.
Can I have
you
a
guys-
motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second. All right, discuss.
So this is the approval of staff reappointment effective for 2026, 2027. So it's recommended that the appointments of all non-administrative personnel presently under contract, with the exception of those non-renewed terminated at the end of this year, be approved at the current board authorized salary rates for 26-27 school year. This allows the board to approve everyone else as opposed to having to put everyone on a board agenda. So it's a one-time approval that we will follow the collective bargaining agreements, whatever the salaries are for that year, and this approves everyone for next year.
Because we've already approved those salary schedules.
Yes, yes.
Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
All right, we're getting there. I'm real excited about this one. 8.11, administrative contract for Sean Cripple, Dean of Students.
I need a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
So this is a Dean of Students, 205 days with up to 5 additional transitional days. I know Sean is here. Come on down, Sean. We wanted to approve. So once you approve this, Sean Cripple, I just want you to know, he's a high school math teacher, but he's been an administrator for 8 years prior to here. He was at West G High School and Middle School as assistant principal. He does have students in the system, and I think he's going to do an outstanding job. So once you guys make the approval, I hope so, and then he can say a few words for us.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
And Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome, Sean.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
No, I just want to thank everyone. It's a bittersweet. I'm definitely going to miss everyone at the high school, especially the kids and the staff. They've been wonderful, but looking forward to the elementary world and looking forward to get started. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take all of the personnel, it's 9.1, down to 9.7. These have our resignations, leave of absence, bus drivers, substitutes, etc.
I need a motion, please.
All motion?
Second?
Okay, discussion? All right, roll call?
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
And Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, this is our summer school personnel for 2026, 10.1. We'll have, I believe, 3 teachers daily, and the other ones will be subs if needed. It's at $35 an hour.
I need a motion, please.
So moved.
I'll second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
All right, 11, we're going to take all these, 11.1. We have supplemental contracts, extracurriculars. So all of 11, we have 11.2, 11.3, .4.
I need a motion, please.
So moved.
I'll second. Discussion? Did you say through 11.4?
Yes, 311.4.
All right, any discussion, questions? All right,
It's
roll-
very nice to see the bus drivers.
Mhm. Trainees.
It's very nice that after 2022 to 2023, with all the immense pressure on that, I'm sad to see some of the people go that obviously we're seeing. I see the head mechanic position, and, you know, it's just nice to see Danny's name on there. It's nice to see Ms. Black's name on there. It's just, overall, I know that it's been a slow grind, and at times you guys probably want to come up here and yell at us, and we deserve it, but it's just appreciate you guys getting that done.
Thank you.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
All right, you'll be happy to know, I don't have much on my, you're happy, look at how happy you are, Beth, oh my gosh. Don't be, but you should be happy. I don't have a lot, but I do have an awesome presenter. Claire Cafaro Senior is going to come up and do our last Superintendent Student Advisory Council representation. She's going to talk to us a little bit about what's going on.
Thanks, everyone. Okay, so my name is Claire. I'm a senior at Geneva High School. I'm not going to take very long. It's pretty quick. I'll start with sports. For track, the boys' districts is tonight and Friday. They're going to be running. And then girls' districts is going to be tomorrow and Saturday. Softball just finished their season. I play on the softball team. We just finished up. We played a tournament game. Baseball is home. I think tomorrow, yeah. Baseball is home tomorrow, so if you want to watch them, they're still playing. The award ceremony just happened. That was Tuesday. The scholarship assembly is going to be next Tuesday at 6 p.m., so parents can come to that now. Breakfast of Champions was this morning, and graduation is coming up, so seniors, get all your stuff done. That's me. And the seniors' last day is Friday, and that's everything going on.
Thank you.
Don't make the tennis people mad at us.
So we actually have 4 tennis players qualified for regionals, so they play on Friday.
Okay, that too.
All right, and that's my report.
Yeah, that was so much.
I told you.
Gee, the pressure's on, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, time for the report of the treasurer. Oh, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
I'll second.
Can you beat that time?
That's right. I'll go really quick because I have a lot next month with our temporary appropriations, our final appropriations, and maybe an updated forecast. I'm going to kind of look to see where we're at in February is where we are at the end of the year. If it doesn't need to be updated, the next forecast update is in August, so it's coming up. You do have the financial report in front of you. I know for a few months we've been kind of behind on the food service report, so I kind of wanted to touch base with that because I know on the cash summary report, it looks kind of a little nervous that we are in the deficit in the food service report. Do you remember that this is my second year, correct, of CEP since I've been here, right? So again, with CEP, we do have free breakfast and lunch for all students. So we are not collecting any fees for lunch. We get reimbursed by the state at the minimum. So you'll see that we are kind of running in the deficit in the food service fund. Next month, we will see a transfer. Currently, on the report, it does show almost negative $194,000. I do want, or $198,000. I do want to let you know, when we do file for our reimbursement, obviously we file after I'm done closed with the month. So we did receive $102,000. So we are running a deficit about $95,000 this year. Do you remember that with us going CEP for the district, again, it does offer free lunch and breakfast to all students. It also brings in additional funds for our disadvantaged pupil impact aid. It is restricted funded through the state of Ohio. With us going CEP, we did time it pretty well going it 2 years ago. We did get an additional $1.2 million from what we had received in the past. So, you know, looking at this, receiving, you know, $1.2 million and losing $100,000, you know, and again, with that restricted use of those funds is just a phenomenal asset. Those funds can be used kind of via some of the things we've done, more community counseling, and everything that we do with the House on the Hill with that wellness center is fully funded through these dollars. So just kind of wanted, like I said, touch base on that with the reports. Other than that, going forward with our normal financial reports, everything, you know, is pretty close to on schedule on what the forecast had presented in February. And then I just wanted to touch base. I have been at professional development the last 2 days. Tuesday was on the forecast to get prepared for the August. Today's was the Northeast Ohio OASBO conference in Rootstown. So a main conversation was the tax credit that is coming and how it is being calculated with the auditors of the county. And as we're talking about this, if I could just tell you how convoluted the formula is, and for me, who deals with these numbers every day, listening to what went into these numbers, and so the county auditors did have to get this for each district, and while we were there, and I think Tom Brockway from PV did email Mr. Yamamoto. We did get our reduction factors. Again, it's about 9.5% of the tax credit. Now, what that does, I do want to make sure that putting that into the formula, that it's about the same reduction that we have forecasted. So it's, you know, it's going to be interesting as this goes through. Again, the first year of that tax credit savings that people will see on their bill that will come out will get reimbursed by the state from us. So again, they did cancel tax-free weekend in August. I think it turned into tax-free week, so that is canceled this year because they will reimburse the school districts for those funds. Going forward, that will be reduced, and we just will not receive the increase as much as anticipated. So, fun times. Head was spinning today. Are there any other questions on the financials?
So, Shelley, do we have to approve the letters? Just escaped me. For the lunch, free lunches, do we have to?
The CEP?
CEP, do
That
we have
won't
to
come
do
till-
that again, or when we approved that, was it for a number of years?
It's only 1 year at a time. I
1
think.
year
Yeah,
at a
so,
time?
you know,
So
we'll
that
talk
will have to be renewed at some
to Ms.
point.
Wilson, and so hopefully, I think, normally we try to have her give a report, and so maybe we can have her do that in June, and then we can.
I don't know if this is relevant at this point, but I just had shared with me that PV is doing the summer food where they ship it right to the door. Are we eligible for that?
So we did look into it because I think we were supposed to be a rural district.
Right.
So the crazy thing is that we just, for the first time, received Title V funds for being a rural district.
Okay.
But yet, they said, you're not a rural district because we do have the city in here, so.
Because when I laid that map over us, we don't fall into their map, but I thought.
But
that
again.
They said that we were.
We were, right? So we did, you know, we did have some conversations back and forth with them, and we lost, per se, you know. So we did try.
Okay, so
Because
we
we
can't
thought
get-
that was a
okay.
wonderful thing.
Yeah.
We did have a company that was all set to do that, that we were talking with. But again, the state did say, you're not rural on this.
So
as
we're
compared
rural
to.
sometimes, but not all the time.
Correct.
I think your technical designation is Appalachia. We're a small sliver, and so they use it for different redistricting for areas. And if you look, it's actually really hilarious. It stops like at Geneva, right at like Route 20, and then the township, and then to the right, escape that.
I think it is more because we do have.
The
It's
city
really
of
frustrating.
Geneva.
This
Yeah,
is
it
a
would
city,
be
an
really
incorporated
city, yeah.
5,500 people in the big town of Geneva.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, just want to double check on that. All right, perfect. All right, any questions?
I guess on that topic, is there any other way to offer food services at all over the summer? Maybe just not delivered right to the door?
So actually, during this time when we were thinking we were going to do it, I did talk to Mariah, and we may be able to provide something during the summer, maybe to one of the buildings. I know we provided stuff to GPS and some of the other buildings. It was a better location, and we did get quite a few people that came for that lunch. So we're here all summer, so I'm open to looking at ways of providing that for our community if we can do it.
Okay.
All right,
So we can look at that.
all right, excellent, okay. All right, any other questions? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Andrus.
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg.
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Yes.
And Mr. Pierson.
Yes.
All right. Donations?
Donations. Need a motion and a second, please.
Could I have a motion, please?
All motion?
Second.
All right, discussion?
So real quick, we just, every month we are going through and we are approving our athletic capital campaign donations. In the month of April, we did receive an additional $200. So up to date, we are at $4,385. So, slowly but steadily. And I think, once we start getting some renderings out, our final renderings in the next few months, we will
Start cooking.
start cooking.
All right. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Krieg.
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Yes.
Mr. Pierson.
Yes.
Mr. Andrus.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, section 13.3 is Julian Group gap conversion contract.
Need a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Sorry, real quick, I pressed something. So I think I've talked to you in the past. The last 2 years, we've had Lennon and Associates do our gap conversion reports that need to be done by November 30th. Since I've been here the last 2 years, the first year, they did file it, the 2-month extension at the end of January. They missed that again this year. We filed it, I think, the middle of April. So obviously, I have gone out and looked for other firms. I have worked with Julian Grube in another district. I would like to go with the 3-year pricing, which is actually cheaper than what we are currently paying.
So, the company that we have has missed the deadline, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
2 years in a row?
Correct.
Have we got reimbursed anything then? Why are we
Did we get
paying
any
them?
money back? Yeah.
Well, I've not totally paid their last payment on this one.
Did we suffer penalties because of that?
So what will happen is that will affect our audit. So we probably will have a comment. Again, this is out of my control. I mean, this is, again, multiple emails were sent, always following up. What else do you need? So normally, it's pretty simple for our federal audits. For some reason, this affects our federal audit, so we'll have a larger federal audit next year with the auditors of state. There are 2 other, I think, municipalities who utilize Julian Group in Ashtabula County, and the auditors are familiar. I wanted to make sure that I was using
I read through the list of people that they serve.
a firm, that they're comfortable with, that they're, if there's problems, they can talk to them or whatever. So they
So-
came well recommended.
So I'm curious if there's any recourse for us, seeing as we've incurred fees and.
Not necessarily fees, but we will probably.
day.
Well, if there's
A
late,
day,
yeah, if there's
correct.
late fees or anything
Right.
else,
Yeah, I mean, we should itemize that and make the argument with our council to see what we can do as an articulated damage, as well as
Yeah.
if there's any billable time that goes on besides besides the scope of the work, because if this is a state compliance and they had a contract, then, part of that consideration is their obligation to meet what that consideration was. If they didn't meet it, then the contract is, that's a contract question, and that shouldn't be incurred.
I mean,
It shouldn't make more work for you and the district.
I know, the one time I said, what's the holdup? Well, we didn't get your information in time, except I kept asking you, what else do you need? And then if they sent something that they needed, Alicia Pitcher and I were on it the next morning. I mean, there was no lag that we were aware of that we were holding anything up.
Well,
So-
our ability to export CSV compliant tax documents is one, super quick, way quicker than it used to be.
Right.
And that's just not a logical excuse, If that was a concern for them, then they shouldn't have entered into that contract.
So, again, going forward, we are,
Definitely.
we are moving away. I'm very excited, again, as soon as, I told them I would send it tomorrow. They will have a checklist for us that we can start, getting things
Submitting
uploaded
items.
as soon as we close out the year, mid-July, so.
So their service is just to file,
So they compose the documents, so they will take, we'll send them a lot of different reports. It is a very it's a more complex report with the fixed assets and the depreciation. So they go ahead and they compile that report for us, and then they do file it with the state auditor's office. So. I know I used to do a simple one when I was township fiscal officer, same thing, a gap report, but it was, a lot easier, a lot smaller, you can, do it yourself. This is, a little more complex with the number of assets. So,
But you said you have held payment to the other firm?
so yes, the third payment has not been made yet, so, I'm not in any hurry, because they weren't in any hurry.
Well, and I think we need to see if we're going to incur any
Correct.
Yeah,
late
there definitely
fees
needs to
or
be
any
some
kind of fees that we can
Yep.
deduct from their final payment.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Before we pay them, right?
Correct, I will talk to the auditors and
have we
find out.
spoke with any other companies besides just J&G? Just to
Julian
go ahead
Group,
and give us
I
a
did
proposal?
contact Zupka, which is another firm that does this. Again, Julian Group was the most responsive. I had, again, stopped at different booths down at the OASBO conference, and I left my name on that week, and by Monday, he had a call to me, and on Tuesday, he had the quote for me, so.
And this is less expensive than the company that failed to meet the
Correct.
deadline, correct?
Correct.
Correct. I mean, only, within $500, but still. I mean, and we've been with that company for a long time, so.
Yeah, I definitely say we terminate with them if they haven't been making the deadlines.
Correct.
But,
Okay,
okay.
for sure. All right. Roll call.
Let me see where we're at. Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Sorry. Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
And Mrs. Krieg?
Yes. Motion carries. All right, legislative report.
All right, I'm not going to keep you guys here too long. There are just two notable things for Geneva here. One is it looks like there is going to be finally some defined legislation for children to be able to carry on-person nasal epinephrine as well as EpiPens. So that's going to be coming through, probably integrated through the summer. If not now, then they'll do it when they do their mass passage of bills in December. And then the other is, it looks like ODU is going to take an emphasized approach. I know that we were at Career Day, Beth and myself, and were you there, Mr. Andrus? I know
I
Mr.
did
Gale
not go
was.
to
I
that.
can't remember everyone that was there.
It's at the middle
It was
school.
crazy turnout. Like, seriously, it was insane. But what was cool about it was they're making an increased emphasis on middle school career readiness, not saying this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life, simply just allowing you to kind of get your feet wet and see, is this something I'm interested in, or I have no clue yet. The state of Ohio has taken notice to programs like this that I believe Ms. Zapatello from ATEC has been spearheading now for a while. And we've seen some pretty good results for it, especially in the trades and in STEM. So now they're going to be taking a look at districts like ours and actually putting that into legislation. So I know that had been something on their radar. But other than that, I don't see too much other than the Ways and Means Committee desperately trying to avoid people banning property taxes, which is something that they'll, have to work through. Other than that, Geneva looks to be an EpiPen and career readiness district based on this financial report. Or, sorry, legislative report.
Did I get anything from you, Tom?
No ATEC report this month.
All right. Board member reports, comments?
Yeah, I had a question about, like, far as for implementing what Mayfield has, have we made any more steps and doing anything with
Yes.
that, and internships or anything?
Yes, we have a couple meetings going on, but I'll let Jen kind of talk through that. You can talk about the furniture, too.
Should we?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So we have had several meetings with the high school staff and administration, and they really are excited about implementing some of these programs. So we are definitely going to do what we call the FLY program. It's flexible learning for you. It's where students will go to class like normal, but if they reach 80% or above, they'll have flex days where they can flex out and work on things that they need to work on. And then the teacher will have extra time to work with those kids that are below 80% with interventions. So that's the FLY program. And then we're going to also have what we're calling Eagle Works, and it's a earn and learn program. So students will learn in the classroom for the first semester, and then second semester they'll go out and do internships. We're looking for paid internships. We were very fortunate. Can I talk about meeting with Mayfield, they knew we were trying this, so they had an opportunity with Swagelak, and Swagelak is looking for 20 graduating seniors to start at $21 an hour at Swagelak this summer. And Swagelak will actually pay for their college, and they'll get their feet wet with whatever career they're looking for. Like Swagelak has accountants, they have legal people, they have engineers. I mean, they have so many people. So it's a great opportunity. We had Joe Hayes come to the high school this week to talk to all the seniors if they're interested and give them information on how to apply. So I think that's a great opportunity for our kids. Also, we're working on getting some furniture for the media center that is more flexible and comfortable, because a lot of the flex kids are going to be going in there. So we had Verco come out and talk to the students on the superintendent's advisory committee, and they got to help pick out what the furniture is going to look like, so they're really excited about that. Actually, the seniors are like kind of upset because they're leaving, but so it's really exciting. And so we did get some rural funding dollars, and I looked on the requirements, and we're allowed to use that funding for the furniture because it's an innovative program for rural kids to get their feet wet with career. So that's going to be paid for through that rural dollars. So yeah, so we're really excited about what's coming up next year.
Thank you. We need to definitely keep promoting it and get more kids enrolled, and that'd be awesome.
And aren't you going to a
PD?
PD?
Yeah, so there's it's a builder association program where they will provide us with the curriculum, and then we just get the kids involved. So Mr. McCoy, Mr. King, and myself are going to go to that training and learn more about that program to see what that's all about. And maybe we can get some building programs in here, like construction, like cabinet making, that kind of stuff, those kind of trades. I think the biggest issue when we're starting to talk about all these different career paths is the curriculum around it, So we're excited about that too. So
That's not Ashtabula, is it?
no, I think it's out in.
Mayfield.
It's in. Oh my gosh, I want to say it's in Cleveland area where the training is. It's like the 08 Builders Association. That's who's doing the training. So
there is an Ashtabula County Builders Association.
Oh, there is.
There is, and so I think that if that's something that we're considering.
Do they have curriculum and training and stuff?
You know who would be the person to talk to is Mark Winchell at the Port Authority, because he designates so many contracts with different builders, union, otherwise. He would probably be the person.
So this is just getting the curriculum, and then we are definitely reaching out to Ashtabula County businesses to get partnerships, to get internships.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is just the curriculum
the
and the
curriculum.
training to get the kids prepared to go out into the workforce.
Right.
Yeah, that would marry
Yeah.
perfect with that.
Yeah.
So, and then also, I love that opportunity with Swagelak, but we have to figure out how to talk to our local
Absolutely.
manufacturers
Yeah.
and say,
I mean,
"Look
that
what
just fell
Swage
into our
Lock
laps.
is."
You know,
I know,
that
that's
Swage Act
awesome.
just fell into our
Yeah,
laps, so, you
yeah,
know.
no, that's
yeah.
amazing.
But yeah, we
And
definitely,
to have something to model that you can go to these other manufacturers and say, here's what Swage Lock
yeah,
does.
right.
And how can we do that here?
Right, and the other issue is transportation, right? So
Right.
like, we really do want to keep it local,
Yes.
you know, at all possible. It's better for our kids, it's better for
Right.
our community, so,
Right.
yeah.
I'll send
Yeah.
you an email. I've been
Okay.
talking to the people over at the Industrial Parkway, and then Nick Sanford, who's the Conneaut city manager,
Mhm.
and they just won a multi-billion-dollar facility that they're gonna need tons of stuff on. Maybe that'd be a
Perfect. That's
conversation for
great.
him too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got to look into our insurance too, and how it, like umbrellas our students while they're working in the
We
workforce.
talked about that, so
Good.
we're looking into that.
Cool. When do you guys do that? The curriculum aspect in Cleveland?
June 3rd,
Oh,
we're
cool.
going there,
Very
yeah.
recent, very soon.
Yep.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jen, for all that hard work on that.
Other board member comments?
I would like to just thank Paul. One of the things that when we were tasking him at the beginning of the year was, and have talked about since I got on the board, was student voice and how important student voice is. And this Superintendent's Council was just really fun to watch, how the connections that you made with the students and how they felt heard through that process. And just looking forward to seeing that continue to have an impact on the decisions that we're making here, which is important. Now you need one at the elementary level.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna bring new people in, but I tell you, I absolutely love the students. We had such a good time today. We had a potluck, and they picked out furniture, and they're just a joy. The kids here are just a joy to be with, and they felt like they're really making a difference in the movement of where we're going, and I think that's so powerful.
Yeah,
But
and I
thank you,
know
Beth.
the seniors, they're so excited for the things that are happening. I mean, they're excited to be graduating, but it is bittersweet because they're seeing like a lot of things that could happen here that are really exciting. And I'm like, well, you can just come back and be a part of it someday.
Yes,
So,
yes. Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
It's really interesting too to hear, just like to hear Julia talk about it, and when you'll throw an idea out there and she'll just say, oh, I'll bring that up with Paul. like they're just like old friends, like, next time I see Paul, I'll bring that up with him. Like, they're just like, run it by him, like, we'll just chat about it in the hallway. And I'm like, to hear, like, to have that level of comfort, to have a conversation is huge. And that's, you know, when we had brought that to him to say, you know, we really just wanted to have kids be involved in the district and the plans and the, you know, I think it's way bigger than any of us really thought it would turn into, but it's wonderful. Thank you both.
And I had the opportunity to attend I'm going to get the name of the class wrong, learn through internships that Miss Beth did this year. And she had 17 students, and she had a little ceremony for them at the end of the year. And they had gone out on site and done an hour, a couple of hours. One was with Shelley. And each of those kids stood up and gave a testimony to their experience. And it was really moving. And it really just shows that kids need to see it sometimes, and they don't know until they are able to go. And that's why these opportunities I'm so excited about getting our kids more connected with our community. And I was at the career fair day, and the number of community members that gave up, that wasn't a short amount of time. That was 7:30 to noon. And the amount of community members who came in to speak to our middle school students or help them with the career day fair just speaks volumes to our community and continuing to connect community with school is so important. And it was really impressive. I loved it.
It'll be super meaningful on their resumes also, you know,
Mhm.
that students are willing to participate in, so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely great.
Yep.
I want to welcome Mr. Cripple to his new role. Just a little Craig family, we were super thankful for him. He was, we had a great experience with him, with Julia, and this is another position that Paul envisioned, and we had to wait a little bit to get it in place, and didn't really know what it was going to look, you know, it was a position that he talked about and thought about and really knew that we needed, but we had to wait on a little bit, and really didn't know who that person was going to be that was going to fulfill that position. Didn't know, you know, what the applicants were gonna look like, and upon hearing that Mr. Cripple applied for that position, I was really, really excited because I think he's going to fulfill that role very well at GPS, and I think he's going to be a perfect person for that spot. I'm sad to see him leave that role. I know they're all nodding at the high school, but I think he's going to be a great asset to GPS and that Dean of Students role. So congratulations, and I'm really excited to see what good comes of this new role for our school district. So thank you for taking on this new position, because I know it's going to be like a learning curve and doing all the things, like you're going to be building the plane while you're flying it, so to speak, but I think that you're going to be the perfect person for that role, so thank you for taking it on. Thank you for the vision of that position and waiting until we could do it, but here we are, so let's go. So, thank you very much. But lots of fun things happening, but I think everybody knows all the end of the year craziness and chaos, and we're all ready to be done like yesterday, but we're celebrating all the things. Congratulations to all the graduates that are coming up. I know we've got lots of seniors here. Congratulations, ladies. It seems like it's been forever, but in a blink, really fast. So congratulations to everyone, and best wishes. So that's all I have, but did you have anything, Mr. Andrus?
Well, we did a Zoom meeting with TDA and CT Taylor regarding the athletic facility, and that went over well, and
Awesome.
yeah, things are moving forward. It's gonna be good.
Awesome. Anything else?
I just want to thank everyone again for the career fair. I'll let everyone get out of here. The other thing I just want to bring up, I had a conversation with someone who I don't think I agree with on anything over this past weekend. And one of the things that we did agree with was the board and its capacity, you know, and its different variations for the past few years has become a well-oiled machine, and in this person's words, it's become something I don't have to actively think about. So while I give you guys a lot of grief, I do appreciate you at least keeping us in the know. And that goes a long way from where we started, and I appreciate that. The other thing is for the career fair, I want to thank, Mr. Gale. There's tons of people there. I mean, well over 40 in different capacities. Mrs. Cybulski as well. There were people, tradesmen, builders, masons, CEOs, port authorities, government agencies, you name it. Kids got to make little laser engraved medallions, all the way to, I know Mark Winchell was showing them blow up the old power plant that is over by Lakeshore Park. And that kind of context, instead of just droning on about you can make tons of money, is a lot more relevant when kids are looking for what they want to do. And I appreciate us not only beating the drum of college and looking at the service to community, service to the trades, and service to the nation. It goes a long way. So thank you all for making that possible. And that's all I have.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
All right, roll call?
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
And Mr. Pierson?
Yes.